Hi, I'm Mike Miller. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for watching The Other Side. I really appreciate it. My guest today is a multi-instrumentalist who specializes in voice, has studied voice at UNT, and has an album which has been recognized as Album of the Year. They say the wind made them crazy, and I'm honored to have Sarah Ruth Alexander here today.
Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks
for being
having
here.
me.
You have some really interesting music.
Oh, thanks. Interesting can mean a lot of things, though.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't just write songs with lyrics, and you don't write like blues songs or rock songs. You're in a different genre.
Yeah, I some of it I consider to be a experimental blues in a way, but
Really?
I don't. No one else has put that label on it, so
Yeah.
probably, you know.
When you were a teenager, did you play in any rock bands or things like that?
I lived in a very tiny town.
Really?
I grew up on a farm until I was 11,
Yeah.
and then my parents separated and I moved to town and lived with my mother and grandmother in a very tiny town. It's bigger now, but
In West Texas?
yeah, like northwest Texas, like the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Yeah, flat, dry, where my relatives survived the Dust Bowl, and
Really?
Yeah.
That's an amazing area out there. Some really weird weather.
yeah, it's very dramatic weather-wise.
Yeah, can really change.
Mm-hmm.
So your family has had a place out there since the 1800s?
1864, my great-grandfather homesteaded it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the Alexander home place. Yep. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
That's where my dad grew up.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You've done work out there over the years?
Yeah, it's my muse, I would say.
Yeah. Do y'all have horses and cows? Or?
There have been cattle on there periodically, but it's
Yeah.
mostly been a cotton farm, and there's a pasture area.
Is it almost too dry for cows?
No, but like my farm is a dryland farm,
Yeah.
so yeah, dryland farming, depending on the weather, praying
Yeah.
for rain. That they pray for rain.
Pray for
all
rain.
the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Were some of your family members musicians also?
My dad, yeah.
Really, your dad?
Mm-hmm. But not in as serious of a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was encouraging to me. He put me in music lessons when I was in
Really?
elementary school. My first instrument was an organ. I took organ lessons. Most of my friends took piano lessons, but I was the only one who played organ out of that small group of people. Older kids played organ too, I mean.
Yeah.
But we had recitals in our little tiny community, so.
And the harmonium.
Uh-huh.
How long have you been using that?
Oh, it's been over a decade.
Really? Yeah.
I'd have to do some mental math. So,
It's like a little organ kind of.
yeah, I mean, probably like under 20 years, but getting up there. Yeah.
And you work with various ensembles.
Mm-hmm.
Violent Squid caught my eye.
Yeah.
Do you perform that way very much, or?
Well, that's become more of a recording project.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. There's like 10 albums of material just
Really?
recorded. There's one album that was put out, but the leader, the main person, he's really wanting someone to put all of it out at once. So, and I think he wants it to be on vinyl, so
Oh, really?
that's very grandiose. I don't know if that'll happen ever, but
That's probably a
yeah.
good idea, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but
Gradually, you could, share that vinyl with a lot of people.
hey, here's a band that never tours, buy our box set. I don't know.
Well, touring doesn't make people a better musician.
No, not better, no, but just known.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, well, they hear it, and if they like it, but they've never heard it, so they don't know if they like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Full many a flower is born to blush. What is it? Something like that.
Ooh, I don't know. Non-optional quiz, I don't know.
Something I read about. Like, say, a flower blooms in the desert and no one sees it.
But does it still bloom? Yes. Yeah. I hope so.
This, they say the wind made me crazy. Who is it that you work with on that project?
On one album, it was Greg Prickett, but the name comes from a documentary about the Panhandle, about the area around Amarillo specifically.
Really, I see.
It's very crazy wind, and I've heard of it being a thing with in other countries where there's a lot of wind. There's a lot of crazy people, eccentric people. So. Yeah, it was a documentary called Plutonium Circus, and I don't think it's on DVD, I think it's out of print, but that's where the band name came from.
Really?
So, and that's the area that I grew up in.
Yeah, that's your area, yeah. Now this, how do we say this?
A succubus? Yeah.
Primal Scream, and you have several people that you work with there, but and you guys have been performing that ensemble in this area?
It's the project is Wyatt Rosser's project, and they just recently moved to New Orleans, but in May we went on a 2.5-week tour.
Really? For
the album that was put out, and Wyatt coordinated a bunch of guests to be on the album.
Really?
And it was really just, I don't know how he did it. It was great. I mean, a great experience.
That's good.
You know.
Where did y'all go?
Oh, let's see. All the places. I'm not going to get it in order, but we played New Orleans, Houston, Nashville, Baltimore, Chicago, New York, Ohio.
That's great. Where did y'all play in New York?
We played in Brooklyn at the Glove.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was actually a really fun, good show. I got to see friends that I hadn't seen, and like I saw one of my friends that I knew from Amarillo.
Really? In New York?
That I hadn't seen in forever. Yeah, he lives there. He's lived there forever, but I haven't seen him since we both, I think, well, probably 15 years.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's the thing about touring, is getting to see people that you don't see all the time. Yeah, and reconnecting and just kind of stepping back into where you left off.
Yeah, and I saw with one of your groups you're playing at some place in Dallas. I can't remember the name now. They were saying it's kind of like a dive or something.
A dive bar?
The
Trade Winds?
Trade Winds, yeah, created by somebody who's had a few other clubs in town.
Yep, I played there last night. In fact.
Last night, yeah.
But I'm playing there again. Yeah. But I play a lot.
Do you play there solo?
Last night I accompanied a poet.
Oh,
So, and then the next time that I have 2 more performances there, and one is it's part of a series, and it's more performance arts oriented.
Yeah.
And then I'll be a guest in a group called Monte Espina. So I play a lot, but it's always different amalgamations, collaborations. I like to collaborate. As an improviser, I think it is important to improvise with different groups of people, and it's a keep your chops up.
Oh yeah.
So.
For sure, and everybody offers something unique to the composition. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What is the Tiger D exactly? You had started this over there with what, AM
1670 AM.
16, does that still exist?
Well, it's manifested into Kuzu.
Oh, okay.
So, like, yeah, it's.
Does it air on that though?
It originally was called Tiger Dick.
Yeah.
And Nevada Hill, my roommate, and we did a lot of different things together musically and performance art-wise. He asked me to be his, a duo in a radio show on 1670 that our friends were doing, and out of their house. And it was an AM station, and we did that every Tuesday, 8 to 10. And so now I'm carrying that on by myself as Nevada passed away in 2016. So we're about to have our year anniversary of Kuzu and being on the air, and you know, I'm very thankful for Nevada and all the people that I know through him, and just getting to be a part of his life. He was a very amazing artist, musician.
And you've just carried the torch yourself. You're doing this show as a solo producer.
Doing my best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have guests, and when back in the Tiger Dick days, we would sometimes play our music selections at the same time. We would slow things down, speed things up, play them at the same time. I mean, it was really maybe possibly unlistenable, but pleasurable for us, a good time for us.
Yeah.
Like, we just did whatever we wanted in that time. So, you know, but
he was an artist as well.
He screen printed lots of show posters for local and beyond.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a really nice person. I saw him around.
Yeah.
And Violent Squid, you perform with them sometimes.
Yeah, we haven't performed in a while, but I think it might pick back up, maybe.
Yeah.
But the main person lives in Austin now.
Oh, really?
Yes. But I just heard from him, and it might pick back up. We'll see.
Well, that's good. And this project, right?
Freyaloon.
Freyaloon.
Yes. Things that are just hard to pronounce. Like, I also played in a group called Cerulean Giallo for a while as well. And like, I'm not part of the naming process of some of the things. I come onto it later, whatever, and I'm like, people ask me about the band, and I'm like, oh gosh, do I remember how to pronounce it? You know, so, but I'm confident now. Yes.
Well, I went to high school in North Louisiana, so I'm a little country.
All right. And a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah. You guys play performances as a group, though, with that?
Freyaloon? The main person, Elise, has moved to Austin, and another one of the members it's her project.
Yeah.
And she's played solo with that project as well, and in different amalgamations. But Bella Scott plays cello and lives in Oakland now.
Oh,
so
really?
The people that played the most shows are a little bit spread out, but hopefully maybe during the holidays, it would be really awesome to get to play with that project again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hope so.
And you're available to help other people meet their goals and dreams. You teach, and
I do.
That's good. You share what you can do, and
like getting good habits.
Yeah.
Warming your voice up. How important it is. How to take care of your voice so that it's an instrument that you have for all of your life.
Yes.
So. And piano.
Yeah, improv and stuff like that you teach.
I involve it if I can.
Yeah.
I've helped a few people with auditioning for Booker T before, did vocal coaching, and sometimes there's a little bit of space for improvisation, making things your own.
Yeah.
So, yeah, embellishments. So I try and get that out of people, out of my students, like creativity, embellishing things, making it your own. Yeah.
That sounds good. I really appreciate you coming down to the studio today and sharing some stories and sharing your music with us. And you guys stay tuned to check out Sarah Ruth Alexander's music. Hope you enjoy and have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte después. Quiero sentirte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí, piensan que tal vez mañana yo estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Oh, 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 This is a relatively new piece and still evolving. When I go, when I go, did ever straight and pure. That's it. Thank you.
And they tell me, follow your dreams. And they say, do what you want, and money will come.